Hi students. So today we are really going to be digging into an analysis of the Fortnite article that you read yesterday. And this is pretty much a review of all the skills that we've learned so far, and that's why this is a review for your test. So for your test tomorrow, you're gonna have the article. Of course, you can use this assignment, you can use the previous assignment, you can use your Quizlet. I want you to use any and all resources that are available to you to answer the questions and get them correct. Like that's our goal, right? Is so for us to learn. So as a quick review, the article that you read yesterday focused on Fortnite and if um, it is good for kids and is having a positive impact, or is it having a more negative impact on students? And kind of digging into the arguments on both sides. So, this is one of those times when the article itself has information for both sets of arguments. So, what we're looking at here is I've pulled a section of the text, right? And what I want you to do is identify 3 facts or pieces of evidence from the article um, that are included to support the given claim. So I give you a claim this time. I'm not asking you to make one. And then I want you to write them next to the ABC below, and you'll answer the questions that follow. So just a reminder, okay, we are looking for 3 facts or pieces of evidence, right? And that we have to write them next to the A, B, and C below. Okay, that is see, that is what we're going for. Clicked on the wrong icon, I apologize. And then we're going to be also looking at is this relevant evidence? Is this sufficient evidence to make us believe in the claim? So remember, analyzing is digging into what is this argument all about, and then evaluating is making a judgment about what we read. Like, is it efficient? Is it true? Is it valid? All that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump in. So this is our paragraph here. So it says, still, it may be worth shooting for the more realistic goal of joining a university Fortnite League team. Some universities are even starting to offer financial scholarships to get students to sign up and play. Ashland University in Ohio announced that they'll grant top Fortnite players up to $4,000 in tuition to join their newly formed esports program, competing in squads of 4. The university already offers esports for Overwatch and League of Legends. This begs the question, will Fortnite become like football or soccer, a recognized sport? All right, so if we scroll down, you'll see our little graphic here. So our claim here is from that previous paragraph that Fortnite can help some teens get a college education, which according to what we just read is true. So one of the pieces of evidence that we have is, of course, it's directly from the article, is that some universities are starting to offer financial scholarships to get students to sign up and play. So what we have to decide is this relevant to the claim? So remember, relevant means is it related to? Does it have a direct relationship with the claim? Well, if universities are offering financial scholarships for them to play, does that support the idea that it can help teens get a college education? Well, if they're offering money, yes. So what you'll do is you'll click in, and all you have to do is get rid of this line, and then you just say yes. That's it. That's all you do. And I'm just going to bold it, and I'm going to change the text color here so that way it really stands out for you guys who are watching this. And is it sound reasoning? So does this make sense, right? So remembering, sound reasoning means, is it making a logical sense, the relationship between this piece of evidence and this claim? And so the answer here, of course, again, is going to be yes. So, because if Again, I'm just going to change the color here so you can see it a little bit easier. Because if universities are offering money to get students to sign up and play in their leagues, their quote unquote clubs, right? Then it will help students get a college education, because most students, I would say, today are really struggling to pay for college. Not everybody has a bunch of money that they, or a fund, a scholarship fund, or a college fund that their parents had. I know, for example, with me, my parents had one, and then like my dad got really sick, and then we had to pay for all of his medicines and stuff, and so then I didn't have a college fund anymore. So sometimes financial hardships can really prevent people from attending university, and so this, offering these scholarships for students to come and play and sign up and play for their university as a university team, would really help a lot of kids who maybe their families are not, they don't have all the access to the money or the time or the resources or whatever, um to get that college education. So this is just another avenue for kids. So yes, that reasoning does make sense. And since esports have become so big nowadays, um, and not everybody plays a sport, right? Miss Stone definitely did not play sports when she was in middle school or high school or college. Because as you guys know, I am very uncoordinated. um this would have been something that I would have latched onto as a kid, because I would have been so excited that I don't have to play sports, number one. Number two, I get to play video games, and that can help me get a college education. Sign me up. So yeah, this definitely is some sound reasoning, and it's definitely relevant to the claim. So the next thing that you are going to do is I want you to look through and see, okay, what other evidence do we have that um, really supports that some teens can get a college education through the joining of a university Fortnite team. Okay, so here at the top, of course, is our claim. Um, and then we have our first piece of evidence right here. So you're going to be looking in the sentences from here to the end to find those next two pieces of evidence. Remember, so we're looking for facts. Um, I've told you down here that you're looking for facts. So we're looking for things that can be proven and are true. And then I want you to paste them into the boxes. So you might have to click a little bit, and I apologize if it messes up for you. So you'll click in, and then you'll do exactly what I did. You'll paste the evidence, decide if it's relevant, and is it sound reasoning. So then what I want you to do, the last thing on this page that you're going to do is discuss. So you'll type in here, you might have to double click, discuss whether or not the evidence provided is sufficient. So remember, that word sufficient means, is it enough to prove and convince people of that claim? And this, again, it's up to you, but really think about, is this sufficient evidence? So do we have enough evidence? Is it strong enough evidence to support and prove the claim? And remember, each type of evidence has a strength rating. So think about which pieces of evidence or types of evidence we consider to be the strongest in the academic community. Okay, I want you to do about maybe 3 sentences here. So make sure that you're taking your time to type out those sentences. Now on page 2, you click onto next. So this is, um, let me explain this so you guys don't get confused. So it's a matching, all right? So you're going to be matching the facts and evidence from the article listed below to the claim they support. 2 pieces of evidence. All right, and I'm going to highlight this because this is super duper important so you guys do not get confused. Okay? I'm going to highlight this in orange. 2 pieces of evidence will not be relevant to either one. That means that you'll have 2 pieces of evidence left over. Okay, 2 pieces of evidence will not be used. All right. So what we've got 2 claims. Claim 1, playing video games like Fortnite may have adverse or poor or bad effects on teens and preteens, meaning it's going to affect them in a negative way. And claim 2, playing Fortnite can provide social benefits for teens and preteens. And so then if you scroll down, we've got A, B, C, D, E, and F. So remember, 2 of these are going to be left over and we're not going to use them. So we've got A, Squire and Gatos go on to mention that in this quote unquote third place, kids can learn to negotiate conflict, practice their independence, and explore the types of people they want to become. So you have to think, okay, does this match, is this evidence that supports claim 1, that video games have a negative effect, or claim 2, that it provides those social benefits? Well, if it's teaching these kids how to deal with conflict, become more independent, and figure out the types of people they become, I'm going to definitely say that this matches with claim number 2, right? Where it's teaching them um, social benefits. So all you have to do, you do not have to copy and paste the entire sentence. You don't have to type it out or anything. All you got to do, watch. It's so simple. A, and you're done. Done. Okay? So all you're doing is writing like A, B, C, D, or E, or F in the spot, right? I did the first one for you. But you really need to be thinking, remember, 2 will be left over. Okay? So B says, in order to succeed in the game, players must practice creative thinking and strategy, which is good for their brain. C, however, aggressive behavior is not violent behavior, and no such link exists between playing violent video games and committing acts of violence. D, for example, the American Psychological Association, or APA, released a statement in 2017 that labeled violent video games as a quote-unquote risk factor for aggression. E, playing the game requires a lot of collaboration and teamwork, promoting pro-social behavior within the game and outside the game too. And F, Australian schools sent home warning letters after seeing Fortnite had led to an increase in online bullying and inappropriate language. So again, for each one of these, you're just typing the letter in the space. You will have 2 of them left over. And I've done the first one for you. All right, guys. So today there is no reading of the giver. I'm not asking you to read for 30 minutes, but I do want you to review those vocabulary terms because you're going to see a lot of them on the test tomorrow, and review the article and complete these 2 assignments because this is really good practice for you, okay? Like matching the claims, the evidence, and then deciding whether it's relevant and sufficient and all that good stuff, okay? So make sure you're completing this as well as studying those vocabulary terms. I hope everybody is staying safe and you're enjoying your time at home and everyone is eating those vegetables, okay, and drinking lots of water. And try to at least get outside and maybe walk a little bit. Remember, keep your social distancing, but sunlight is good for you too. All right, guys. Be safe.